Well, Christmas is coming a little late on this channel, but what do you expect from me? I'm always late. Die Hard was released in 1988, directed by John McTiernan, starring Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, and Reginald VelJohnson. And ever since 2015, I want to say 2015 was the first year I ever saw Die Hard. I had heard about it many, many times, but the house I was raised in, I wasn't really allowed to watch R-rated movies until I was a certain age. So 2015, I watched Die Hard for the first time, and for almost 10 years now, I have watched this movie every December. At some point in December, I watch Die Hard because it's a Christmas movie, okay? Let's just get that over with. This is a Christmas movie. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start this review off with the good, and there is so much to love here. First of all, the characters are absolutely amazing. You got Bruce Willis as John McClane, an absolute classic action hero, and I was not alive the time this movie came out, but I understand that Bruce Willis was not known as an action star at this time, so casting him in an action hero role was almost unheard of. So he was a very unexpected action hero, and in this movie he's a very unexpected hero as well. He's afraid of flying. He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, which becomes a running joke in this franchise later on. But I thought that Bruce Willis perfectly captured the perfect example of a simple family man who's just caught in a bad situation, who has to step up and save the day. Absolutely fantastic performance from Bruce Willis. He's got that cocky, smartass New York cop personality. He doesn't want to be there, but he's forced into this situation. Absolutely fantastic. On the other side, you get the main villain of this movie, Hans Gruber, played by Alan Rickman. And I believe this was Alan Rickman's first big role, and he absolutely nails it here. Now, a lot of people, when they think of Alan Rickman, they think of Harry Potter simply because he played Snape for 8 whole movies. And fair enough, but I think that this is the role I think of when I think Alan Rickman the most. This and Galaxy Quest. These are the 2 movies I remember Alan Rickman for the most. And for good reason. He is absolutely menacing yet charming in his villainy in this movie. I absolutely love the way Alan Rickman just portrays this very smooth talking but yet very sinister German terrorist. Absolutely fantastic. And that's not taken away from the rest of his crew either, because the rest of his crew are actually really good characters. When you think an 80s action movie, you think, oh, you'll remember the leader, and then the background, his crew are going to be unmemorable. No, not at all. When you watch this movie, you'll recognize that's Uli, that's Carl, that's Theo, and Theo is probably my favorite of his crew, but I love this whole crew. They're all very interesting characters. Now let's talk about the side heroes in this movie. First, you got Bonnie Bedelia as John McClane's wife, Holly Gennaro, and she's pretty good. Not given a whole lot to do, mind you, but she's still pretty damn good in this role. I thought that she had fantastic chemistry with Bruce Willis when they're on screen together. And she's even got some really great back and forth with Alan Rickman when she finally comes face to face with him. Really, really great there. Reginald VelJohnson as Sergeant Powell. Probably my favorite character arc in the entire movie. Honestly, I just really love Reginald VelJohnson in this role. Al Powell is one of the greatest action heroes of all time, and he's not even the main character. He's just there talking to John over the radio for the entire movie until they finally meet in the third act. And honestly, these guys don't share screen time for more than 3 seconds at the very end, but you buy in to the friendship and the bond that builds between these two and the chemistry they have together just over the radio. Absolutely fantastic. And I mentioned Powell's character arc. There's around the beginning of the third act, I want to say, John McClane's talking to him on the radio, and he asks him, "Why are you just a street cop? Why don't you go out and join in on the action?" And just a simple answer. Sergeant Powell says he had an accident, and John McClane, being the cocky smartass he is, makes a joke about it, and you get this very, very gut-wrenching curveball where he reveals that he accidentally shot a kid. And he mentions that he refuses to draw his weapon because of that accident. And we realize this character is much more layered than we expected. And we finally get to the third act. Hans Gruber is dead. The building is blown to pieces, but saved at the same time. All the hostages are coming out. Powell and McClane finally meet, and surprise, one of the terrorists is still alive. He's about to kill John McClane, and we get a reveal that Sergeant Powell finally drew his weapon to save his friend. Absolutely fantastic character arc. I just love every bit of that arc. Absolutely fantastic character writing and A+ acting from Reginald VelJohnson. The final main hero I want to talk about, well, side hero I want to talk about, is Devereaux White as Argyle. He's kind of more just a comic relief character, but I thought that he was really, really good. And he gets a surprisingly heroic moment in the third act where he knocks out Theo and gets him arrested. Really fun performance, and he's got one of the greatest final one-liners in cinematic history. He says, "This is their idea of Christmas. I gotta be here for New Year's." I use that line quite a bit. Every December, something goes crazy somewhere I'm at, I use that line a lot. So, yeah, thank you, Argyle, for giving me that one-liner. Outside of the acting, the story here, fantastic. It's a high-rise office building in, LA. Gets taken over by German terrorists, and John McClane's got to stop them. And wrong place at the wrong time type of situation, but I just really love how they play everything out in this story. Just so much fun. The action sequences are fantastic. It's non-stop action from the moment the terrorists arrive to the moment the credits roll. Non-stop action, non-stop mayhem. Honestly, this was the OG mayhem action movie. Dumb, fun, mayhem action movie that at least I can think of. This is the OG, in my opinion. And yeah, I just really love how non-stop insane this movie got. A lot of great gore effects, a lot of absolutely fantastic one-liners from John McClane's famous Yippee-ki-yay catchphrase to Happy Trails, Hans, to shoot the glass. Absolutely fantastic. Just, I could probably quote this movie if I really thought about it. That's just how absolutely fantastic this script is. I just love this movie. That's about all for the good. On to the bad. And I don't really have any bad. If I had to say something, I was not a fan of the whole side story with William Atherton's character. William Atherton was great in the role, but every time it cut away to him, I'm like, oh, go back to John. That's about it, though. That's more like a personal nitpick than a negative, so I'm not docking points from this movie for it. So, yeah, final thoughts. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Probably my favorite Christmas movie. Between this, Violent Night, and Batman Returns, I can't really decide. It's one of those three. So yeah, Absolutely fantastic movie. I watch it every December. Die Hard is a Christmas classic. I will die on this hill that it is a Christmas movie, and I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. That was my thoughts on Die Hard and my very, very late Christmas special this year. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of Die Hard. Do you want me to review the rest of these movies? Do you want me to make this a series where I rank them and the villains? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to do this as a review series. I've never talked about these before, so if you want to see me do these as a series, let me know down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.